Hello, Thousand Road subscribers and followers. Hello, Harry. Hello, Oscar. Oscar, I was saying to Carolyn today, you are my reminder that it's Wednesday, so I do appreciate the reminder every morning. So thank you. Hello, Tim. And Brenda, good to see you. Hello, Crane Operator and Christine Vibiano. Hello, Michelle. And now we sit around waiting for the notification. Daryl, good to see you. I thought I was late. Guess I'm early. Yeah, just started 41 seconds ago. Terry Cobb, good to see you. Great to be here tonight. Well, thank you for joining us. And Jerry, hello, Jerry. Good to see you. Not many people in the house just yet, Jerry. You're right on time. Well, I mean, I've been not doing much this week as far as RV related. Hello, Pat. Hello, living the RV Loca life. Hello, let's say Half Acre Dreams. Just watched your video about emergency fund. LOL. Why is that funny? It's very important. Dandy Dan, good to see you. Boy, I don't know. Have you ever joined our live feed? If you have, it's been a long time. Wandering Nomad, good to see you. And Pam Moore, good to see you. Ice Surefish. Hello from PA. This nomadic idea. Hello from Folkestone, Georgia. I just heard about that swamp today. Hey, is that big alligator crossing over? Is that a real story? Hello, Lori. Wow, good to see you. And Connie, good to see you. Steve Kuntz, Wandering Nomad. Hello, Hobby Farm Girl. And Stephanie, you both are here this week. That's great. Yay. The nomadic idea. Yes, it's real. Hello from Port Charles, Florida. Good to see you, Judy. And join mine. Evening. Time for supper. And Chris Ebelt. Hello, good to see you. Wow, VMAX here. Good to see you, VMAC. Nomadic idea. We just did a 2-night, 3-day paddle. Lots of gators, but they don't bother you. Well, apparently they're still in hibernation in Florida. I mean, it was 41 this morning. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hear that they're out, but we've only seen kind of one, But, oh, well, 44 people here. That's awesome. What else going on? Living the RV. Let's see. Yeah, it's a big chilly here. Oh, in Florida. Well, it's 71, 72 degrees right now. I mean, it got down to 41, but shoots right back up to the nice 70 degrees. I didn't know alligators hibernated. Yeah, I do. Well, I don't know if they hibernate. I think they slow down like fish. They kind of go to the... I'm not sure what they do, but they don't come out during the winter. And in the spring, they start to come out. Now, I've read that if the water freezes over, the alligator comes up, sticks its nose out of the water, and then the water freezes around their nose so they can still breathe. Wandering Nomad, currently in Moab. This place is an absolute dream for boondocking. Hello, Doug and Chris. It's cold here in Jacksonville. What do you guys call cold? It's 64 here. I think it's very nice. I love this temperature. Much better than being in Missouri. Missouri, let's see. Wow, Missouri's actually a little warmer today. It's 53 today. That's not so bad. Wrestling one, Rob. I would go viral. Yeah. No, what would go viral is if it bit my head off, but I don't know who would edit the video. 76 here in Washington. Yeah, you know, I was watching a YouTuber that is in Canada. Well, I wasn't watching. I saw his thumbnail. And I think he said it was in the 70s. I love watching swamp people. They can regulate their body temperature. When the sun comes out, they lay and get warm. 12,000 in the swamp. LOL. Are you a Floridian? Anything below 77 is cold. No, I'm from Missouri. So, yeah, when we left Missouri, it was 2 degrees. So coming here was a heat wave. We just uploaded a video about our trip. What do you use to edit your videos? Oh, it's just free software. It's Windows Movie Maker. It's actually hard to download now. You can find it online. It's still free, but you got to download a bunch of patches. So it works with Windows 10. Hello, Elizabeth. Rumble. And Wandering Nomad. There's a fellow camping next to me from Missouri. VMAX says it's 1 degree. That makes it 33 or 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, you know, I didn't think about that. No. That's right. Yeah. I'm not sure where this YouTuber is. You probably don't know who I'm talking about. He's from the only Canadian RVer I know. And I just saw a thumbnail. I didn't watch his video. Steve Kuntz, 50 in Alaska. What, did the poles reverse or something? If you won the alligator wrestling match, you could wrap your camper in alligator skin. Let's see, your self-built truck camper has gave me the courage to build a 10-foot camper trailer myself. You have been an inspiration, a wealth of information. Well, wow, thank you, Danny. Dan, I do appreciate that. Well, I'm glad. I mean, the worst thing that could happen. Here's the philosophy that I've been going on, and I was, building Dad's house, and we were sitting here trying to figure out how to wrap the camper up and different things. And one of his friends came up and he said, "Oh, that's never going to work." And of course, my brain went, "Oh, great. Now what are we going to do?" And Dad said, "Yeah, it'll work. If it doesn't work, what difference does it make? I mean, it's a $500 camper. With materials, I mean, that's probably what you're going to do with your trailer camper. It's just going to be real cheap, 2x2, some Luan or something lightweight. You're out $500. Now, I'm not saying you want to go around wasting $500. Absolutely not. But this is a prototype. Is kind of the idea. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. Red Green. And VMAC may know who Red Green is. He's a popular Canadian TV show. When I was in Iowa, he was on PBS. Red Green said it's only temporary until it works. Or unless it works. If you don't know who Red Green is, go to YouTube, watch some of his videos. He's hilarious. Loves duct tape. Builds everything out of duct tape. And he says, if the women don't find you handsome, they better find you handy. Timothy says, hello, Danny Dan. He's a dang motivational dude. The financial advice is very helpful. Well, thank you, Wandering Nomad. I do appreciate it. Terry Cobb. Coley Hope. Hello, good to see you. I said hi, Michelle. I really did. Half Acre Dream says, my husband and I will be getting a truck and a truck camper and hit the road in a year and a half. So, been watching your channel. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I hope I've been a help. Hello from Copperopolis. Well, where's Copperopolis, Sue? Little Swan? Todd says, have you done a walk-around video on your camper? Oh, yeah. Inside or outside? I mean, yes, I've done both. The last live feed, I showed everybody the outside. This live feed, and I've done several videos on the inside. There's not really much to walk around. I mean, there's the fridge. There's the door. There's the stove, kind of. A window. And then right behind us is the bed. Not the bed. The cab over. And that's our storage. I'm sitting on the bed. So the iPad is sitting on the cab over. But yeah, there's several. There's one in January, December, January time frame, where I show you the entire camper inside and out. LOL, King of Duct Tape. Yeah, that's the Red Green. Yeah. Love the Red Green. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. Wow. All the moderators here. Well, most of the moderators are here. Wondering, Truth, you're welcome, man. When are we going to collaborate? I don't know. You've never asked. you'll have to send me an email or, message me on Facebook and we can talk about it. Mind Garden. Hello, Mind Garden. I did not understand your comment yesterday, Mind Garden. Completely confused. What'd you say? I was calm and furious at the same time. I don't know where I've ever presented myself as a furious individual. I'm a very small person. When in high school, I was like 110 pounds. When I was in the Navy, I got up to a whopping 130. And now that I'm kind of out of shape, just 2 years ago I was 160. I just weighed myself, I'm 180. So I'm still kind of a small dude. So being furious would be a bad idea because that would kind of probably get me in trouble. So I didn't understand your comment. Where have I ever been furious? Is that what ferocious? Maybe she said ferocious. I don't remember. I was talking to Carolyn about it. In California, about 80 miles west of Yosemite. Keep my truck camper in my dad's house in Washington. Wife and I are driving it home to Alaska in late May. Looking forward to it. Wow, that's really cool, Steve. Are you stay by the water? Is it free side off the app or friend's house? Right now I'm at Dad's house. I made several videos about this. Almost every video in the last week I've mentioned it. Yeah, we're at Dad's house. He's letting me stay here. We fixed the camper, and then I offered to help him put the roof on the on his house. He's building a house, and I just didn't feel him. I just wasn't all excited about seeing him climbing up there trying to put that metal roof on by himself, and he accepted. So it's been a nice visit with Dad. We'll probably leave. We're guessing around Monday. So, we've been here a couple weeks. My email address is on the homepage of my YouTube channel. It's rhefner, Hefner, 1026 @gmail.com. And Mindguard says, you are ferocious. Really? I don't understand. How am I ferocious? It's like the Wolverine. That's a ferocious animal. That's what they say. Love the red green. Watch him now on YouTube. I'm not talking to you. Who are you not talking to? I'm confused. I lost you, Mind Garden. While in the Navy, did you go to the Westpac? I went to Bangor, Washington. I don't know what the Westpac is, so I'm guessing no. I was at Bangor, Washington on the USS submarine USS Georgia, SSBN 729. It was a Trident missile submarine back then. Trident missile submarine. Nuclear powered. It was a boomer. Now it's called an SSGN for guided missile. So sounds a little wimpy now. Hello, Rob. Good to see you. Does anyone know if you can drive to Juneau and take the ferry? Oh, I don't know. Michelle says, hey, Rob, if you be bullied, you can report it and put your report in the bully box. You work in a school. I don't understand. Mindgarden says I'm one of the quiet ones. West Pacific. Yeah, I was in Washington State. It's Bangor, Washington is right. It's a submarine base right next to Silverdale, Washington. Hey, Elmer, good to see you. Wow, it's been ages since you've come to life. Good to see you. I'm originally from Guam. So West Pacific. No, I wasn't just in Washington. My submarine just floated around at the bottom of the ocean, waiting for the Russians to do something stupid. That's all we did. We just stayed in this box. I went to Hawaii twice, and I went to San Diego once. I went to Kings Bay, Georgia once, and we did a test missile shoot off the coast of Florida. I have pictures of all of it, but they're all at Mom's house. So, that's about all I can say about it. Hello, Susie. Good to see you. Welcome to the House and Road family. Welcome to our live feed. Do you really think someone committed arson? Well, I don't think it. The Rangers and the conservation officers did. Actually, the conservation officer was the one who came down and took the report. Look, here's the thing. there is a guy who causes trouble here, and they suspected that before they even came out and did the investigation, they suspected him right away. And when they came out, they pretty much was just absolutely 100% positive it was him. You know, we met him actually a year before the fire. You know, I mean, he was nice enough when we talked to him, but the next day he was having a little meltdown and he was throwing things, and I actually didn't hear it. I was asleep. Carolyn said she heard it. If you think it was arson, was it hard to keep going knowing bad people were doing things? It's not hard to go. What is the hardest thing for me to do now is to leave my camper to go for walks. I mean, it's a huge relief now to be able to have my house on my car now, because I don't think I would be able to leave the camper anymore. That is pretty tough. When we go for a walk, I just, you know, I just don't want to, you know, I just don't want to leave it. I find you're ferocious if I mention your shirt. I find you're only ferocious if I mention your shirt. I don't understand that. You're still under top secret status. No, just secret status, but I am being careful what I say, I promise. Well, what place close to Saskatchewan let's see. It's been raining here in the desert. Finally, we have some relief. Oh, wow. Rain in the desert. Hey, Judy, thank you very much. Sorry it took me so long to see that. Can everybody please give a little shout out to Judy for me? Hello, Stubby. And is it safe for solo female to live in an RV, in your opinion? But that's such a tough question for me to answer. RV, I mean, are you going to stay at free campsites or are you going to stay at paid campsites? It's not a female-male thing. And that's what I find so interesting. It's not safe. I mean, and I'm not trying to be negative when I say this. This is where the bad people go. This is where the homeless go. This is where the drug addicts go. This is where, you know, the drug deals go down. This is where the mentally ill go. This is where they hang out, is out here at the Free National Forest. And a mentally ill person, or less than a year into our adventure, burned down our pop-up camper while we were at the ranger station. That's a suspicion. I mean, there's no evidence of that, but that is what the ranger station said. You know, during hunt season, a lot of these guys like to get drunk and shoot off their firearms at night. You know, we've had that happen several times. We had a mentally ill person get very upset with us because our generator, now remember, our generator wasn't running when he was upset, but he was convinced our generator was drawing flies. There were no flies. He made it up in his head, and he was mad at us about it, so we had to leave that campground. Just the other day, it appeared a mentally ill, I say the other day, it was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, a mentally ill person sat down at our camper, you know, at our picnic table, right in our camp area. I told Carolyn to stay inside. And as he was leaving, he yelled out, "A-hole." So, as far as safe, you know, I don't think anybody is absolutely safe. So, I guess you can look at it this way. I think it was Benjamin Franklin, but don't hold me to that, who said, "Are you willing to trade freedom for safety?" Or what did he say? I don't remember. I don't remember the exact quote, but anybody willing to trade freedom for safety will lose both, or something to that effect. Boy, I wish I could remember that quote. Can you stand up in your camper? Yes, I can. My hair hits, but I can stand up. That's where we take a shower, right there. Rob, I was being sarcastic when you said be furious since you're not very big. Yeah, bully report. Oh yeah, I was bullied in high school. Living RV local, your best option is to drive to Prince. Okay, we're still talking about that. Thank you, your best. Thanks, Steve. Do you know any solo female RVers? Yeah, well, no. We thought, well, we seen one in South Carolina, but we never met her. We saw her there. She kept to herself a lot.
Missouri, that lady in Missouri.
Oh, yeah, there was a lady in a Class A. But again, we didn't meet her.
Well, we've seen quite a few, actually, if you stop and think about it. Not that we've talked to them. But...
Yeah. I mean, there was a gal at this last one, but ended up, her boyfriend showed up a few days later, so I guess she wasn't really solo. They lived in 2 different vans. I can't think of any others. But anyway, I mean, we've met, I guess we've met them, but we don't know them. Hello, Melissa, good to see you. We're still on that I'm ferocious. I would boondock like you do in state parks.
Trust your gut.
Yeah, Carolyn says trust your gut. State parks. You mean state forest, maybe? Conservation areas? State parks usually are paid and they have electric and hookups. You're welcome, living, let's see. If you're a single female, just don't accept that some guy saying he is a movie star is a fact to be careful. Yeah, true. I bet RVing is safer than living in New York City, LOL. Look, here's the thing. No, it's not. This is where the misconception comes in at, that it's safer out here. It's not safer. For example, when someone burned down our camper, there was no fire department to come out and rush out and fix the fire. There was no police officers to come out and help us to do anything. As a matter of fact, we watched the conservation officer drive by as our camper is burning down. You know, when we were trying to put out a fire. So we had to put the fire out ourselves. There's no cell phone signals in a lot of these areas. So I'm not saying that there's fewer criminals in New York City, but per capita, okay? Per capita, I would say that there are more criminals, you know, percentage-wise, in the National Forest than there is in New York City. You got, you know, millions of people in New York City who are good, law-abiding citizens, and you have a low percentage of people who are bad guys. Well, out here, the reverse is probably true. You have probably more bad guys out here than you do good guys. Again, I'm not trying to scare anybody away. I'm just trying to be realistic with this. This is where bad people go. You see it all the time. You see druggies out here all the time. This is where they come out to hide so they can do their drugs or do their purchases. And they don't like people being there. You know, when we were in Mississippi, there was a campground. And apparently nobody knew you could camp there, but you could. We talked to the rangers. And you could tell that's where the drug hangout was, right there. And it was kind of creepy at night. See you later, Elmer. I know that quotes is one of my favorite. Yeah, anyone willing to trade freedom for safety doesn't deserve either. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sounds like a fellow Cold War veteran. I am an Army in Berlin. Yes, 80s. Thanks. Well, I was actually early 90s. Those who give up essential liberties should purchase a little temporary safety, neither liberty or safety. Yes. Have a great evening, Rob. Rob, what is your... when I left, I was E4, you know, machinist mate, 3rd class. Pink Rosa says, love your channel. Have learned a great deal. Well, thank you very much. How many, and I was non-nuclear machinist mate. I was forward of the reactor engine room, so I was responsible for hydraulics and sanitary tanks and diesel, high pressure air, potable water, well, all sanitary and water. Rob, how many states have you visited? A lot. I don't know. I don't keep count. We'll have my truck camper in 42 days. Won't be a full-timer, but we'll travel. Oh, that is awesome. I mean, camping types of places. You and your wife. I'm new at this and do not know the camping terms yet. Yeah, free campsites is probably the best thing. They call it boondocking, dispersed camping, without hookups, that kind of thing. Are you going to watch the NCAA tournament? No, I don't. I'm not into sports. I used to watch NASCAR, but now Dale Earnhardt Jr. is out of it. I'm not even that interested. And of course, I don't have TV anymore, so it's even harder for me to do anything. Good example of not safe. Sounds like a vacation. Let's see. Hello, Tolly. Thanks, Paul. Let's see. Homeless peeps can be very dangerous. Does Carolyn ever appear in videos? Very rarely. She's, it was just a promise that I made her that if she let me do YouTube videos, she was not required to get on it. She has social anxiety, so it can get a little difficult for her. I wouldn't feel safe without a weapon. Any plans on outdoor cooking video? No, we don't do cooking videos. Not at all. And I made a video about this not even that long ago. Look, this is life, I think, is what I'm trying to tell everybody. It's just life. And after a hard day's work, you don't come home to have a barbecue. You might do it on the weekend or something, but, you know, it's not one of these things you do all the time. We cook on the stove 99% of the time. Rob, after you live your dad's, what plan you here? Summertime. Well, we'll go east about 140 miles, and then we're going to go, we'll probably go west towards Mississippi, then Louisiana, and then back up north towards South Dakota, and then on to, you know, I don't know, Montana, and maybe Washington State. I will stay in RV parks at first and then try to get some confidence and then try to force. I refuse to be afraid because of a few bad people. Bad people are everywhere, especially in New York. RV living is similar to boat living. It's all about making do with the right space. Hey, Denny, good to see you. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you, Lisa. Archer's Outdoor Adventure. Hello, Rob and Carolyn. Looking good. Roscoe here. Glad to see you bounce back after the fire. Stay on the bright side of things, and always, Susan and I are about to full-time in mid-June. Well, have a great adventure. I like the Wild West out there at the campgrounds. Let's see. Rainey was born in Washington. Beautiful place. Oh, I agree. I was in Washington, and absolutely love Washington. I mean, well, I liked I think I'm back. I froze up. Sorry. Boy, I tell you, when you freeze up, everybody just leaves. That was a lot of people leaving. Sorry about that. And let's see. Is Edie out of the flooding area in Missouri? Now, the video I made about flooding was a couple years ago. I didn't know it was flooding. If it's flooding now, no, I didn't know that. I haven't heard anything about flooding. Last thing I knew, she was getting 60-mile-an-hour winds. Team Horn says, I like your logical views on living small. Well, thank you very much. Boy, they're just dropping out of here. Am I still froze up? I guess I need to check. Am I back? Okay, I guess everybody's seeing I'm back. Thank you, VMAC. Soon as the weather gets a little warmer, Coleman Stove will get a kickback outside. I spent time in Whidbey Island, watching. Never knew it rained so much in the island. Finally got our camper. Good to hear, Denny. Looking forward to following your adventure. Well, thank you, RC. I do appreciate it. Nebraska is flooding. Really? I haven't heard any news on this. Not one report. You know, I get a I don't know what it is. Google something or another. Google News, I guess is what it is. I haven't heard anything on that. You're back. Harley says, LOL, half the state of Iowa and Nebraska are underwater. Really? Wow. Thank you, VMAC. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Christine. Flooding is horrible in the Midwest. Huh. As of 6:29, you're back. You're back. Good. It's flooding from snow and ice. You have to watch the news to know what's going on. Yeah, I haven't heard a word about it. How many states have you been to, Rob? I really don't know. A ton. Oh, excuse me. Wow, excuse me. No, I don't know. I mean, on our adventure, I mean, shoot, I don't even know how many states we've been on since our adventure started. A lot. But, I mean, I've visited probably most everything but the Southwest. I've been through most of the states. I've been through New York and up and down the East Coast, Oregon, Washington. I would say the Southwest is, and I've been to California. The Southwest is probably the only place I really haven't been. I've been to Texas. So, Louisiana, I haven't been there. Well, no, I have been in Louisiana. I'll take that back. So, yeah, most of the states I've been through in my life. But as far as camping, primarily just South Dakota and kind of southeast Virginia. If you drew a line from South Dakota to Virginia and you kind of look down, that's probably a good portion of the states we've been in. Harry says it was in the news they were evacuating towns in Missouri. It must be West Missouri. I mean, Mom lives right in the center of the state, so but I haven't heard anything from Mom. Harley says, not that it's funny, it's horrible. It's just funny that you haven't heard about it. Well, I mean, you know, Dennis is correct. I mean, we don't get any news other than what I get on my little app. And if my app doesn't tell me, then I don't know. And there, you know, my app is so upset with politics right now. That's all I get is just political news. So I don't get anything about how long will you live this way? Have you made arrangements for what you will do when you leave this lifestyle? Okay, first answer is I don't know how long we'll do it. We'll do it until we don't want to or can't do it anymore. The second answer is the arrangements, and I said this today. If you really listen to my video today, the arrangement you have to have is a good financial security. Any other arrangements is useless. I mean, you don't know what the future holds. So if you got a piece of property, you know, they may incorporate it and you have to sell it. So all that is irrelevant. You got to have good financial security. You got to have a good emergency fund, a good savings account. And, you know, somebody asked me, what happens if you get sick and you can't do this lifestyle anymore? Emergency fund. You got to have tens of thousands. I say this all the time. As a matter of fact, someone said they have a drinking game with their wife. That every time I talk about emergency fund, they have to take a drink. So, I mean, you got to have tens of thousands of dollars in emergency fund. And you got to be able to feel comfortable with your savings that no matter what the question is, what are you going to do if? You got to be able to say emergency fund or savings, and that answers the question. Then after that, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Then the other aspect of it is don't spend that money until you absolutely have met these requirements. This is an emergency that we have defined as an emergency. This is what we're going to spend our savings on. You know, we're saving to, you know, make sure that we have enough money to buy a new truck. So, you know, all that money combined, it doesn't matter what our future holds, as long as we have the financial security to be able to do whatever it is we want to do. Otherwise, I would say you're not ready for this lifestyle if you can't answer that question. Because anything can happen where you need to bail out of this lifestyle. And in my opinion, you have to be able to bail out at any given notice. Just boom, okay, I'm done. If Carolyn told me today or tonight, I'd probably wait until the morning. But if she told me tonight, I don't want to do this anymore, tomorrow morning, we would start looking for housing. And we'd get a house or apartment or a trailer or something. And we'd be able to furnish it and pay, you know, get some utilities going and be able to live for a few months until I could get a job to start taking care of this place. Because, of course, our finances would need to raise up because now we have more expenses. Dandy Dan says over 70% of Nebraska is declared disaster area. Man, that is incredible. Sorry I asked so many questions. I only want to learn. Oh, that's okay. That's why we do these things every week, every Wednesday, as much as I can. I know RV life is not all fun and games like the man in the Courtside area says it is. The bearded man, forgot his name. We, at this channel, call him Santa Claus. And I won't acknowledge who he is. I'm I worry that he promotes this lifestyle. Like you said, it's all fun and games for him. It's not fun and games. There's a lot of seriousness to it. And I'll be happy to explain anything I can. It took me 2 days to find out the Houston fire. How many states does it take to make a ton? We jade to stay inside, but we are fine now. Scared. The farmer came, blocked 750 pigs, left the flood. Oh my goodness. Not a bad thing to forget his name. Good to hear. No desire to see desert depressing. I agree. Is he a bad person? Oh, VMAC, I'll let you. I worry that he gets. Look, Susie, I worry that he's going to get people out here. Look, here's the thing. Here's an example. After his big RTR event, people get left behind. Their cars break down, and so they get stuck in the desert. And so I've heard horror stories where people have to spend the entire summer in 120-degree temperatures out in the middle of the desert in their car. After, these winter events, and then everybody leaves, goes on their own business. And so I just worry that he's promoting a lifestyle to a lot of people who cannot do it. I met someone just the other day who had no business living in their car, in the front seat of their Jeep. She was very unhealthy. She needed help by her husband to go to the bathroom. And when we got to talking to her, she said a big YouTuber, and we're all sure who it was, convinced her to do this lifestyle. Now, I know a lot of people say you need to take personal responsibility, but if there's nobody telling you the opposite of this, look, if the salesman comes in and says, okay, look at this car, it's a great car, there's nothing wrong with it, you're going to love it, and you start falling in love with the car, and, well, what about this ball tire? Don't worry about it, we're going to replace it for you, it's free. And, in the small print down here where you need 16 microscopes to see the small print, it says, as is. Well, I feel like some of these YouTubers are advertising this lifestyle like, oh, you're going to love it. Come on out here. There's nothing you're going to worry about. As soon as you come out here, you're going to make tons of money. You're going to be able to have solar panels galore, electric your entire city with these solar panels. And you get out there and you're like, how does this work? And so that's what I worry about. Wow, that hurts the darn. Have you been to Alaska? Nope, never been to Alaska. I'm near St. Louis, no flooding here. Well, that's wonderful news. Rob, you're better off. Better off for what? At least I'm so far behind. Bob says he can live on $500 a month. No way. Political news? Yeah, if I get sick, I go to a doctor. I have insurance. Let's say you get much more realistic picture of life on the road from Rob. Well, thank you very much, Nest. I do appreciate that. Well, thank you, Susie. I do appreciate that. Hi, Rob. Don't forget the water management areas in Texas next winter. I've been trying to do research in Texas. I really have. I'm going to need some help from folks in Texas because, to be honest, apparently there's not a lot of federal lands out there. And apparently that was in the treaty or compromise when Texas became a state, was the federal government wouldn't get any property. So I'm trying to understand it. It looks like what I'm going to have to do is pay to get state park pass. But you can't sleep in the state parks because then they charge you more money. So I'm trying to understand where all the free camping is because I don't want to spend a ton of money. I mean, I don't mind spending $70 for the year to be in a state park for my water and showers. I mean, apparently I got free showers. That'd be awesome. So for that $70 a year. But I got to find a place to sleep. Susie says, at least this man Rob seems to tell. Well, thank you very much, Susie. Denny, I was a yeoman of 3rd class on the USS New Orleans. Really? That is awesome. Hey, T! Thank you very much. Who's T? Don't want to lose my spot here. I am so far behind. Tough Hunt. I'm just going to call you Tough. A little gas money for y'all, Rob. Well, thank you so much, Tough. I really do appreciate it. Can everybody give Tough a shout out for us? I really would appreciate it. Carl says that's why I like Rob's channel. He keeps it real. Well, thank you very much. I really do. Have to have an income to do this, or you can't do it. Absolutely. let's see. I must have missed something from Dennis, because there's, thanks Dennis, good knowledge. I'm an old jarhead, so thought that was right. We have a lot of snow out here, and it's warming up pretty quickly. Have a feeling we're going to see more flooding in places. Oh, that is terrible. Had a transmission go out in Oregon coast. Sure glad we had an emergency fund. Absolutely. You got to have one, Steve. You're absolutely right. Have to run. All right, Farm Girl. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Mind Garden says, that's very interesting, Robin. Never heard about the RTR. You need a plan. Well, I mean, yeah, you hear stories about it on Facebook all the time. Somebody needing help getting out of there. But, I mean, I've seen a lot of stories, especially on Facebook, where they say that, you know, 120. I actually, there's one person who's staying out there who's disabled. And they have to stay out there in the middle of that heat. Susie says, I make mean meatloaf, and my family nickname Susie Meatloaf. Just to explain my silly YouTube name. Oh, thank you for the explanation. Greg says, great videos, dude. Thank you very much. They're selling a dream, not reality. Dennis, when riding the highway late at night, make sure you look left and right so you don't see the station wagon car. Otherwise, whack, dead, skunk, there you are. Yeah, I believe you about people going out there and don't know nothing about solar. Some people can live in the car, but not many. There are national forests. Oh, are there, DV? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got to do a lot more research, but I really do want to go to Texas. I definitely want to go all the way down to the southeast, because there's some free camping apparently right there on the beach. We had a blizzard here, very tough for van life. Oh, tell me about it. I know that. I mean, you know, 20 inches of snow, 2 degrees. I didn't have a blizzard, but that was a lot of snow. So I do understand, Timothy, and you stay safe. You the man. Let's see. Yeah, everybody, thank you very much, Tuff. I do appreciate it. BLM does not exist in Texas. However, you can stay overnight at the rest areas while traveling. A lot smaller parks and campgrounds. But you know, I have heard about the small city parks. There's probably a lot of them, I think, that have, you know, free electric and water also. So I do know that. Oil fields, west in the oil fields, finding a place to stay is impossible. But out west in the oil fields, finding a place to stay is impossible. Rob, the new Corrigan material on your truck camper is neat. Can I ask how much the sheet are and size it came in? It came in by 8 by 4 foot, and they were $20, right? Yeah. Yeah, they were $20 a sheet. Very reasonable, in my opinion, and it's as flexible as they are. I mean, there's a whole channel dedicated to this stuff. He built everything. Little homeless shelters. He built a bicycle trailer that is a camper. He can actually go in it and sleep inside of it. He took it to the Burning Man. So it's been out in the desert heat. And he makes dog houses out of this stuff with zip ties. I mean, he simply cuts a piece, a round piece for the front, a round piece for the back, sticks a piece on the, you know, another piece for the roof over these 2 walls, zip ties it, makes a floor, zip ties it, nails it to the ground. I'm really excited about this stuff. Susie says, I bet you have really watched the weather closely, don't you? I think I would be more afraid of bad weather than a few bad people. I'm dainty, but I'm tough. Nurses have to be. You know, weather hasn't been a serious issue. I mean, it rains a lot. I mean, as far as just being miserable, weather hasn't been a big issue. You know, our test run, we had a tornado where we had to go stay in the bathroom. And then there was a tornado warning in Mississippi. But, I mean, we didn't even notice that one. So, no, weather hasn't been a big issue. Susie, look, I am not trying to scare you out of this lifestyle. But I want to make sure that you clearly understand that I came out here believing that people out here were just good people. I don't know why I believe this. I guess I believe it just like everybody else. You know, you watch YouTube videos and they say, oh, no, don't worry about it. Everybody's out here like-minded people. And then I got out here and I saw all these homeless people and I saw all these drug people and mentally ill people. And look, the FBI came down doing a manhunt at this national forest that we were staying at just 2 weeks ago. The FBI came out last year looking for this guy who had kidnapped some kids. I don't want to get into it. It was disgusting. There was absolutely no way I would want to talk about it. And said, you know, be careful. You know, don't approach this guy. He's very dangerous. So this is where the bad people come. You know, those folks in New York who are bad, well, when they get in a bad situation, they come out to the national forest.
Yeah, it's where they hide out.
Yeah, it's where they hide out. 90s here, but only 4 likes. Hit that button. One YouTuber went through the 90 plus mile per hour. Yeah, I just saw that. I mean, well, I didn't see it, but yeah, I heard it. I started to watch the video. There are a few unique things to see in the West. Went to the Rangers officer, got my access pass. While there, I asked about boondocking in the National Forest. Said the camper was pretty much anywhere. Love the realism of your channel. Well, thank you very much, Beverly. If you watch Santa Claus first thing, come watch Little House on the Road. You can get mad because he brings a towel to your dream. Oh, no. If you know what, you get over it. Realism is the best teaching tool. Thank you. Said her rear tire slid off 3 feet and went coming off the ground. Yeah, John Mine. Paul Eck is the one that uses this material to wrap, to do homeless shelters. So if you're interested in that material, go check him out. He says he made one homeless shelter, and it looked really good. He said it was 4 years old. It's been sitting outside for 4 years, and it did. It looked really good. He makes it out of the street signs. I mean, he goes around, picks up political signs made out of this corrugate material. Well, what did you do before zip ties? I have to say, so many feet away from the rec area. What did he do? That's funny, Dennis. I have so many feet away from rec area and so many feet off the road. 2 weeks and then I have to move. And Velcro. Well, the Vulcans invented Velcro. Thanks, Rob, for the info on the corrugated material. We'll look into it deeper. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited about what it can do. Susie Meatloaf needs to open a chain of restaurant. Yeah, Meatloaf restaurants. That's cool. Here's some info on the WMAs. Well, thank you. Denny Bailing. All right, talk to you later. I agree with weather concerns. Tornadoes are no joke when you're in a camper. I agree they're no joke, but it's easy to move out of the warning area. That's the key. Rob, you do a great impersonation of those creepy YouTube campers. I do? Our walkie-talkies also double as weather radios. Bailing water, let's see, hello. We do appreciate the warnings. You want to, yeah, Mind Guard. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. You, Rome, says, you want to believe good people are out about, and because you are good and you want to believe others are, yeah, I agree with you. I'm talking about Cherokee National Forest around Irwin, Tennessee. It's not all sunshines and lollipops, rainbows, like some would have you believe. Yeah, it's not. Look, I just made a whole series of videos. This young girl, Susie, I don't know how old you are, but we just met this 29-year-old who was being harassed by a homeless guy. He admits he's homeless, living in a travel trailer in the National Forest. He got drunk and he was hitting on her. And it was a bad scene. She had to call the Rangers. Well, actually, she left the National Forest that night. She left her tent, left her belongings, went to a friend's house. Now, fortunately, she was not a full-timer. She was just tent camping. And he started hitting on her. Must have got pretty bad because the next day, the Rangers came out and told him to get out. So, that is the amount of law enforcement you get. You call the law enforcement, they come out 12 hours later. Well, in the meantime, you're out in the National Forest, and this, what if she hadn't had an opportunity to leave, or, so, it's just there, and it seems like everybody out here has something wrong, just off. Well, I'm still going to try RV life. If I hate it, I will go back to New York. Thank God for 6 years of karate training. Take it easy, Tough. Thank you so much. Oops, won't allow address, but in the wildlife management area, find wildlife. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you, Philip. Tell Carolyn, Rob, tell Carolyn. Oh, what is that last word? Everyone? Search YouTube for Paul Ekins. Won't let me post direct links. Yeah, Paul Ekins. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he lots of good information. He made a motorboat out of this stuff. I didn't watch that video. I saw the thumbnail and I thought, wow. I mean, there's actually an outboard motor. Tell Carolyn everyone said hello. Everybody,
hello.
say it again.
Hello.
That's Carolyn. From the perspective, it looks like you're in a large room. That's
what it feels like, a large room.
It is. I mean, it's a nice camper. I did watch the core plastic videos. Impressive stuff. Hey, Rob, how often do you have to replace your camper batteries? I never have. I mean, the first one got burned up in the camper fire, but this one's a year old. Still goes good. The new skin for your camper should work well. I'm hoping so. I'm really excited about it. Good night, Terry. Thanks for joining us. Do you run propane while sleeping? Yes, over the winter we did. We were in propane heat. Yep. But we have 2 carbon monoxide detectors. And because the first night we ran it, it went off because our window shut on us. I mean, you got to leave a little ventilation. And it shut on us for some reason, so we ended up getting a second one, just in case the first one didn't work. Greetings from Macola National Forest. All right, good to see you. Is there free camping still down there? I mean, freecampsites.net. Man, I don't know. Are most of here living in RV life or thinking about it like me? I think Darwin said it better to live in extreme and live not to live at all. You sound like a survivalist and smart. Beware of surroundings and be willing to ask questions. I think I'm thinking of it, Susie. Let's see. Greetings from Illinois. It's good to see you, Oli. What's that YouTuber's name again about corrugated plastic? Paul Eklund. Harley says, so are you saying that you are a little off? LOL, just kidding. Yeah, I am. Are you concerned about being asleep when a tornado warning is issued? No, I keep an app on it that gives me warnings. I keep a close eye on weather. I really do. But, no, weather is not... It used to be a big concern when I was in a pop-up, but I don't worry about weather too much anymore. It's just one of those things. It's just another thing. It's just one of those things that hasn't been a big issue. When we get a warning, I pay attention to it, and then I move on. Show the camper. Well, no, not with Carolyn in here, because I promise that I don't put her on camera unless. So no, I mean there's several videos on the inside of the camper, and besides that, and it's kind of messy right now. Is that Carolyn I hear? Yeah, that was her. I'm serious. I'm selling the Harley. Let's see. There's a folding kayaking on the market made from the same material as your camper. I bet there is. We're all a little off when it comes right down to it. The important thing is how we treat each other. Let's see. It's Elkins. No, Elkins. E-L-K, something like E-L-K. There it is. Paul Elkins. Yeah. I was rescinding. My husband went. He said we couldn't get an RV and travel. I thought I wanted to. And then I found Rob's channel and realized it wasn't for me. Well, good. I'm glad I could help you, Sharon. And I appreciate that you stick around and still watch us. Yeah, I know. 101 people. Isn't that amazing? Glad you guys created a new home after the fire. Safe travels and God bless. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Enjoy the evening. Good night. Oh, not sure I want to be on camera either. All the silly gawking guys on YouTube. Well, listening to the end, Rob, night. Yeah, I guess this is getting close to the end. All right, so I'm going to say good night. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels. All right, so... You're welcome, Mind Garden. Thanks for joining us. I do appreciate it. Good night, Dan. Good night, Brandy. All right, good night, Susie. Good night, Oli. And Dee. Good night. Good night, Dennis. Good night, Carl. Good night. What is that? Mark Taliga? Good night, Coley. Good night, Sue. Good night, Lisa. Good night, Fred. Good night, Steve. Good night, Tim and Brenda. Not hanging up until you do. It's like teenagers. Oh, I'm not hanging up until you do. Good night, VMAX. VMAX, say good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Harry. Good night, Daryl.
Hugs.